Dr. Erkinjunk, and today we have a very exciting show for you. Special guests, games, candy, and we're going to get an up-close look at vaccines with our lab expert, Dr. Victor, to see how they work. Let's go to the lab.
Inhalation or through contact with mucous membranes of the eyes, nose, or mouth. If your body becomes infected by a pathogen, the white blood cells circulating in the blood go through a trial and error period to determine the best way to kill the organisms. During this period, the body is sick with symptoms of the illness. When the white blood cells determine how to destroy it, they create memory cells to handle future attacks of that same pathogen. Vaccination is a way to trigger the body's immune response without becoming sick. The vaccine contains weak or dead organisms that usually do not cause illness. The body is able to destroy the pathogen in the vaccine and produce memory cells. When the body develops immunity to a specific pathogen, immunization has occurred. If the body is ever exposed to the same pathogen in the future, the memory cells react quickly without a trial and error period. This allows the body to destroy the pathogen efficiently before it can cause illness.
I work with one of the most important immunology organisms ever. This is vaccines. I love vaccines because they protect the body from infection from certain pathogens. What they do is they expose the body to non-harmful pathogens so that when the body encounters them, it knows how to fight them off. When the adaptive immune system encounters the microbes, it forms lymphocytes that are specific for the microbe, just for that specific microbe, to counteract it. And so if the body encounters the same microbe again, it already has the antibody specific for it to eradicate it. So kind of think of it this way. If someone comes to your house to fight you, they know fighting skills, they're an intruder, and they know specific skills. You have to find someone that knows those skills to fight them off. But vaccines work in this way where it's kind of like a drill for the body. Don't bring people who want to harm you but no fighting skills. You have to call someone who knows the same one to get rid of them, so that when an actual trigger goes to harm you, you know how to get rid of them. That's kind of the basis of it, and then we'll watch a video that kind of explains it more with animation and all of that. So I hope you guys see the importance of vaccines and how they're important to life. Thanks.
Now what we did here, we took a virus and a vaccine and put it in the same petri dish, and these were the results. Alright, so this next topic deals with an epidemic we're all familiar with, the flu epidemic. If you haven't been directly affected, more than likely you know a friend or family member who has. According to a statement in the Washington Post, 64.8% of American adults did not receive the flu vaccine last year. Our next guests, Clark and Ashley, are here to discuss their views on the vaccine. Please welcome Clark and Ashley. Thanks for joining us today. Now I understand that both of you are students at Troy University. However, one of you chooses to receive the flu vaccine on a yearly basis and the other chooses not to. Which one of you chooses not to get vaccinated?
I do.
And tell us a little bit on why you choose not to receive it. Is it because you don't like needles, feel you don't need it, religious beliefs?
Well, I grew up in a family where neither my mom nor my dad received the flu vaccine on a yearly basis, so I think that has a lot to do with the reason that I don't get it now. And none of us have ever really been affected by the flu, so we've never really seen the need to get the vaccine.
Now Clark, on the other hand, you did receive the flu vaccine this year. Is that something you do every year or just this previous year?
This was actually the first year that I got the flu vaccine. I hadn't had the flu before, but I didn't want to risk it, so I went ahead and got the flu shot.
All right. And according to another statement made by the Washington Post, the flu vaccine for this year was only 62% vaccine doesn't mean that you aren't going to get the flu. It just reduces your chances and lessens the severity of the associated symptoms. Do either of you feel like receiving the vaccine really lessens the severity of the symptoms?
Yes, actually getting the flu shot, if you do get the flu shot and still manage to catch the flu, symptoms are typically less severe and it's easier to recover from. Those who don't get the vaccine can often have long bouts of the flu.
And Ashley, what are your thoughts?
If I were to get the flu with or without the vaccine, I'm still gonna feel bad, and more than likely, I'm still gonna miss a few days of school or work. And with that said, I feel like since the vaccine isn't 100% effective of eliminating my chances of getting the flu, then what's the need in getting the vaccine?
I never really thought about that like that, but you make a valid point. Do you think you'll ever get the vaccine?
When desperate times call for desperate measures, then yes, I probably will. But with there being constant mutations of the flu, there's going to be constant mutations or constant revisions of the vaccine. So until I feel that the flu is severe enough and the vaccine is effective enough, then I'll consider getting it.
And Clark, what do you think?
Well, the reason I keep getting the vaccine is because to me the benefits far outweigh the risks. You can't get the flu from the vaccine because it's actually with dead viruses, made with dead viruses. And very, very rarely do people have some sort of reaction to it. And some people can get severely ill from the flu. And so I think it's just best to try and avoid that altogether.
Well, Clark and Ashley, it's been a pleasure having both of you on the show today. Hopefully we've given the viewers a better insight on the opinions of people choosing or not choosing to get vaccinated. Another round of applause for Clark and Ashley, please. Now things are about to get real exciting. We cut to commercial out there, and we're bringing in a Hershey's representative to host a brief minigame. The vaccine is right. Your host, Dr. Sarah.
Hello. Welcome to the Vaccine Right. I'm your Dr. Sarah today, and I'll help you today win some prizes. You can win some vaccines, so be ready. Now, this is how this game works. We're going to have some individuals come in, and we're going to help diagnose them. If you get them right, you get vaccinated, and you get a chocolate bar. So, I would like to welcome our first guest, Sally. Please come in here. Oh, Sally, what's wrong with you today?
Hi, my name is Sally Mae Whitehead, and I go to university. And I thought I had the common cold, but now my body's so achy and sore.
Oh, Sally, that sounds terrible. I wonder if anyone in the audience knows what it is. You put your hand up, that's what you got.
Flu.
Yay! Good vaccination!
Here's your vaccine. Alright.
Now, let's welcome Rosie. She's my fabulous old grandma. Oh my! What is wrong with you?
Rosie, you're gonna have to speak up a little bit, darling. I can't understand you.
I'm sorry, you look like you're covered in spots.
I think I am. I don't know what it is though. Oh well.
Well, let's see, one of these fabulous audience members. Who knows what she has? Oh, yeah, another one. What has she got? Yes, we get a vaccination. Hope you feel better, Grandma.
Get some chocolate.
Now our next visitor has been traveling the world. He's been in Japan. Let's welcome Eric. Hi, Eric.
Hey Sarah, I just got back from Japan. It was amazing. But now my brain hurts. I have this swelling and irritation. I don't know what it is, but it hurts really bad.
Did you bang your head on anything?
No, but it hurts. Help me out, dog.
Your brain's swelling and it's kind of irritating. Anyone reckon know what he's got? Yeah? Nope. Close. Yeah. Type of encephalitis. Where did he just come from? Pretty simple. Put the two words together. Put your hand up. Who wants vaccine? Oh, yep. Correct. You get a vaccination. Okay. Now we have our last system patient. This is Ashley. She loves monkeys, and I think one day she probably will turn into one. But what's wrong with you today?
Monkeys are my favorite animals, but I have these aches and pains and rashes and these spots all over my face. It's not feeling that good.
HPV and how she dealt with the virus and how it affected her child.
On the morning of my 12th anniversary, I woke up feeling like I might be pregnant, which was so exciting because we'd wanted a child for so long. When my little girl was 9 months old, I started getting high fever, diarrhea, and I was really sick. I'm a photographer, portrait artist, and I work a little too much. It took me a little while to realize there was a pattern to my illness, that it would happen and then my period would start. And having pap smear after pap smear, we finally came up with a diagnosis that I had cervical cancer when my little girl was only 14 months old.
In the United States, about 11,000 women are diagnosed with cervical cancer.
Now this next guest is actually the daughter from the video that we just saw. So please welcome Peyton to the show. Thank you for joining us, Peyton. So tell us a little bit more about your childhood and how you were affected by your mother's HPV.
Well, as you saw in the video, I was really young when she had it, so I didn't really understand what was going on. And as I was growing up, I always asked her why I was an only child, and now I understand it, and it helps me appreciate my mom more because she was able to survive that.
And I'm assuming your mother got you vaccinated as well. When did you receive the vaccination?
In high school.
And what are your thoughts on the vaccination?
I'm glad that there's a vaccine out there that can hopefully prevent me from going through what my mom went through.
Okay. And we actually have a spokesperson for the Gardasil vaccine here with us today, so let's get her up here and see what we can find out. So tell us a little bit about the Gardasil vaccine.
Well, Gardasil is the only HPV vaccine that helps protect your child against 4 types of HPV. It is given as a series of 3 injections over 6 months. Gardasil helps prevent certain HPV-related diseases caused by HPV type 6, 11, 16, and 18. Children and young adults should be vaccinated before they are exposed to HPV or when they become sexually active.
And who can get it, and what are the side effects, if any?
Well, when it comes to the HPV vaccination, females are only half the story. Males can get the vaccine too. The CDC recommends vaccination for boys and girls ages 11 and 12, young men and women 13 to 26. Young men 22 to 26 should get advised by their doctor before getting the vaccination.
And if we haven't answered any of the viewers' questions today, is there somewhere they can go and get some more information on the Gardasil vaccine?
Absolutely. Viewers can go to www.gardasil.com to get more information about the vaccine and about insurance coverage. And of course, they can always consult their doctors.
Okay, thank you. And that's all we've got for today, but we're going to end our show with a little gift from our sponsors.